The early days of how I got into bodybuilding, well, before that, I raced motocross for, about 11 years, from the age of about 9 to about age 20. As most weekends were taken traveling around, racing motocross, myself and my dad bonding, sometimes not bonding if I didn't do too good. And I succumbed to a lot of injuries. A lot of those corners, like 70% of the corners are right hand, and after a while of pounding on my spine, I just had to retire. It was too many injuries. I spent just as much time in hospital, it felt, as I did on a racetrack. And I went and sought osteopaths, massage therapists, chiropractic care, and nothing actually worked for me until I started physio. And through the physio and the resistance training, I was alleviated of the pain. And once I was alleviated of the pain, I kind of got over the depression that I was dealing with at the time, because I couldn't race, I'd lost my purpose, I'd lost the challenge. So I just ended up eating crap, and I was drinking, I was partying, putting on a lot of weight. And then going through this rehab process, I found the gym and become addicted to it. It's just therapeutic, and it's a necessity. I wake up, it doesn't matter what country, I don't have to look out the window. I just know I got to move, I got to train, I got to get it out of me and get that endorphin rush, and then I can face life. I remember the very small place, I grew up on a farm, but the very small town that was close to me, the gym was only accompanying the school, so it was only open in school hours. So I found a way of breaking in the morning while it was still dark, and before I'd go to work in the morning, I would go in and hit my workouts with the lights off, because I obviously didn't want to bring in any attention, and then go do my 12-hour work day or whatever it was. But I felt that I needed a goal to work towards. And I'll make Mike Cohern sound very old now, because I was younger at the time. I was looking up to people like Mike Cohern and Tito Raymond in Muscle Mag, seeing the ads and seeing them there with the nice looking chicks on the beach, Venice Golds. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. And I'm a very visual person, so I'd learn by that observation, and I'd try to visualize myself growing to the dimensions of these people. But I really had to force feed myself a lot of calories. From racing motocross, I was used to just punching a lot of crap calories. Now I was trying to assimilate all these clean calories, so I was forcing down tins of tuna because I had no money, that's all I could afford, and dry potato, and I'd have to put some mayonnaise on there just so I could make it palatable enough just to get down. I had a lot of different jobs then. I worked in a wood warehouse, I worked as a car panel beater, a sprayer, I worked in a bar, I worked in an aluminum you'd call them factory, as a driver, I worked on a builder's site. But during that entire time, I always had my sights set on bodybuilding. I would never miss a meal, I would never miss a workout. To me, that discipline and schedule kept me aligned, because I would probably go down the same sort of line that a lot of my friends did, which wasn't a good way at that time. So life would have turned into being a white knuckle ride if I didn't have this discipline, the structure, the numbers, the training, the meal schedules. That really kept me on track, and it kept me disciplined. And obviously, when you train a certain way, you get the blood flow through your body, it gives you more energy, it gives you more confidence. I had better blood flow to my brain, so I felt more confident, I felt more energized, I felt more on point. So I was able, for the first time in my life, to kind of educate myself. School didn't work for me, I flunked, I hated it. Nobody could teach me anything, but now I was doing something that I enjoyed, and I could feel and see the evolution within myself. So now I was self-educating myself in so many other things, and that's what I absolutely love about this. Keeping my pivotal foot in bodybuilding, I'm allowing to take my other foot out and access so many other areas because of this, if that makes sense. So that's why I really hit home the positives and being an advocate of bodybuilding, not so much the oiled up biceps and the posing pants, just because it can build you up in so many other ways as it has me. And I've experienced on so many other people. People once didn't wake up in the morning to go to the gym because they didn't feel they had the energy. They do now because they feel the gym gives them the energy. You know, it's a reverse role. You go there to get that AA battery to give you the energy to accomplish so many things in your life.